Westinghouse, first with the future, presents the Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz Show with special guest star Paul Douglas. And of course, Vivian Vance, William Frawley, and Little Ricky.
Cameron Swayze in Hollywood, flying high over the Desilu studios. This music is from my Westinghouse transistor portable radio. With all this racket and interference, you'd expect any radio to fade out or produce more noise than music, but Westinghouse transistor portables have power to spare, power to play almost anywhere. Well, let's switch now to Betty Furness on the Desilu lot for an even more amazing Westinghouse portable power test.
Thanks, John. This test is to prove that Westinghouse transistor portables can receive a signal under the most difficult conditions, even through this heavily insulated metal ice box. Now, first, I'll turn the set on. Then, I'll place it in the metal box. Now, listen. The Westinghouse transistor portable plays clear and static-free. Proof that these sets give you power to spare, power to play almost anywhere. So however you travel, wherever you go, always go with the Westinghouse transistor portable radio. Every colorful set smartly styled and power engineered to give you power to spare, power to play almost anywhere. And remember, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse. Hi. I'm glad you could meet me here in front of my Museum of Historical Housewares because I'd like to show you an exhibit just inside the door. Years ago, if you bought one of the early electric coffee makers, it probably looked something like this and took ages to make coffee. And today, if you shop for a current model, you'll find that most of them look, well, frankly, just about the same. Except for Westinghouse, which now gives you a new history-making design in coffee makers. It's the new Westinghouse spoutless coffee maker. Just see how Westinghouse has done away with the old-fashioned spout. There's no place for coffee oils to collect and spoil flavor because you pour right from this opening in the cover. The result is the freshest, most delicious coffee you ever tasted every time. And in no time. It starts perking in seconds. This new Westinghouse spoutless is the first electric coffee maker that you can wash so thoroughly. See? It's easy to reach every part. And right now, it's a particularly happy time to buy one with so many gift occasions at hand. For Mother's Day, June weddings and graduations, or just for yourself. Be sure to see the new Westinghouse spoutless coffee maker at your dealers. And remember, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And a very special thanks to Mr. Paul Douglas. There's a guy that always gives you a great performance. And of course, we'd like to thank those wonderful nurses. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I have some very exciting news about next week's Westinghouse Desilu Playhouse. Fred! Fred! Oh, there you are. What are you doing here?
Say, what do you know about 1949?
1949? Well, it was 10 years ago. What do you want to know?
Well, Big Mouth Ethel says that Betty Furness knows more about 1949 than anyone. And I'll be darned if I'm going to have any woman get the best of me, even if she is blonde, beautiful, and works for the sponsor.
Who, Ethel?
No, Betty Furness. Oh, come on now, wake up and tell me, what do you know about 1949?
1949, 49.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was working with my orchestra.
Never mind that. I mean important things.
Thanks a lot. Oh, they had 3D movies in 1949, and,
Hey, Betty, how come you know so much about 1949? Well, I've been studying, Lucy. Prices mostly. Most things have gone up since then, but not Westinghouse appliances. You see, Westinghouse Opportunity Days are here again. The time to get bigger and better appliances at better savings than ever before. Hey, Lucy. Yeah? Remember this? I'll say it barely held 2 ice cube trays. Well, small as it was, in 1949, it was a bargain at $329.95. But today, you can buy this 13 cubic foot, 2-door 1959 Westinghouse refrigerator with the exclusive cold injector system and frost-free automatic defrosting, plus this huge separate home freezer, all for 1949 prices or less.
That's amazing. And say, in 1949, didn't they have...
Canasta games.
Sure, that was 1949. And that's the year they invented...
Fresh hamburger. This new deluxe Westinghouse refrigerator even keeps hamburgers store fresh 7 days without freezing. Only Westinghouse has this meat keeper.
Oh, look, Ethel, there's the old button bender.
Lucy, that old 49er didn't have any of the special controls you need for today's many fabrics, but in 1949 it was a real bargain at $299.95. But today, for up to $50 less, you can buy this beautiful Westinghouse program computer laundromat that automatically sets the correct wash and rinse temperatures, number of rinses and spins for the fabric you're washing.
What are the programs, Betty?
Well, there are separate programs for regular fabrics, delicate fabrics, wash and wear, plus new cold water wash. And all you do is set one dial.
All that for less than a 49 washer. Wow, that's better than a...
Mamba Rumba. That was very big in 1949.
Oh, yeah. I danced one of those and nearly broke my...
Automatic timer. Ranges certainly have improved. Just look at the size of this oven. And yet, this 59 range costs less than a new range did 10 years ago.
Hey, look. Here's a new dishwasher just like mine. See, it rolls anywhere.
And costs much less than a 49 dishwasher.
Gee, Betty, with all these wonderful buys, I don't see why people hang on to their old, outdated appliances.
Neither do I. I agree. With these prices, plus big trade-in allowances and easy terms, everyone should go to their dealers now during Westinghouse Opportunity Days.
Westinghouse Opportunity Days. So that's why Betty Furness knows so much about 1949.
Now, listen, 1949. That was the very first year that Betty got to say,
You can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
10 years she's been saying that. Why wouldn't she let me?
Because you can understand her.
See you around, huh?
Si, senor.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week's show is a big one. One that we're very proud of. It's the true story of the 7 men chosen by the Treasury Department to destroy the Al Capone empire. And it is based on the book The Untouchables, written by Eliot Ness, who was the head of this 7-man squad. Our stars will be Robert Stack, Keenan Wynn, Barbara Nichols, Pat Crowley, and a special guest star, Neville Brand, playing Al Capone. Here are some scenes from that show. You know, I can honestly say that The Untouchables is one of the most exciting stories we have ever done. I urge you to be with us next week. Until then, good night.
The Westinghouse Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz Show. Directed by Jerry Thorpe. Written by Bob Weisskopf and Bob Schiller. Script consultants, Madeline Martin and Bob Carroll Jr. Produced by Bert Granite. Executive producer, Desi Arnaz. Others in tonight's cast were Pierre Watkins, Doris Packer, Joy Lansing, Sue Casey, Larry Thomas, Lorraine Crawford, Sam Hearn, Louis Nicoletti. Don't forget, next week, the Westinghouse Desilu Playhouse will present Part 1 of The Untouchables, starring Robert Stack, Keenan Wynn, Barbara Nichols, Pat Crowley, with special guest star Neville Brand, narrated by Walter Winchell. The Westinghouse Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz Show is a Desilu production brought to you by Westinghouse and filmed by Desilu.